you remain strong. If you want to make something happen, is that right, team?
Yeah. Right.
You just got to stay strong. Read these words again. Paul says, we've been greatly encouraged. Why? Because you have remained strong in your faith. You will never do anything great for God, and certainly you'll never encourage anyone else if you're weak in your faith. And so Paul had heard the stories of how they stayed strong in their faith. And here's the truth, everybody. Across this series, we want to tell you some of the stories that are happening today that are going to encourage you because people are remaining strong in their faith. And Morgan, you got one of them.
Yeah, Holly is a woman in our church, and she was 3 years into one of the darkest seasons of her life, battling alcohol addiction, drug addiction, trying to find her way out of a both mentally and physically abusive relationship. And get this, one Sunday morning, she's driving her car down Sierra College, and right when she hits the intersection of Sierra College and Olympus, which, by the way, right outside of our doors, she gets into a car accident that would change her life forever, because it just so happened to be that this car accident took place right when our 9:45 service was getting out, right? So this happens to her. She's frantic. What do I do? And all of a sudden, the people from Bayside Church that are leaving the 9:45 service begin to come out to their cars. They see what's happened, and they go approach her. They ask her, are you okay? They ask the other passenger, are you okay? Can we pray for you? Is there something that we can do? And she was so touched by the compassion that was demonstrated from the people at Bayside Church. Something so simple, something that we would all do. Right. And that memory would stick with her for a very long time. Just 3 months later, she would hit absolute rock bottom. And she was outside on her balcony one night, contemplating everything, and she's crying out to a God that she doesn't quite know yet. And she says, God, how do I get out of this? God, what would you have me do next? And God says 2 words to her: get sober. Anybody else heard that from God before? I feel like God might be speaking a word to us tonight. Get sober, right? After that, she finds her way into a recovery program, Alcoholics Anonymous. She ends up hearing the gospel for the very first time, giving her life to Jesus, but she thinks that's not enough. Yeah. I need the people of God in order to stay on track. Which people of God, which church do I plug in with? And then she remembers what happened to her that morning right in front of Bayside Church. Maybe I should go to the church that I crashed my car in front of, because those people were really nice. And that was quite the wake-up call from God. But she says to me, I felt understanding, I felt acceptance, I felt love and support from those people. That's why I chose Bayside Church. To this day, she just got her 60-day chip of sobriety.
So good.
She is a part of a new believers small group here at Bayside. And in a few months, we're actually going to baptize Holly. But you know why her story is so cool? Because every single day, people in very broken situations that need the hope of the gospel are driving up and down Sierra College, or really all around our cities. And we come together as the church, just like tonight, just like at Saturday service, and we hear the message spoken over us, we sing songs of praise to God, and then we leave this place, but there's ministry opportunities that God puts in front of us. Yeah. Sometimes he puts it in front of us before we even hit our cars. But it was a simple action of going to a woman who needed, asking her if you could pray for her. And that ministry, it brought her all the way into a church, all the way to salvation, all the way into a small group. The ministry of the people here at Bayside Church, when they come together and they grow strong, it helps those in the community whose faith is weak, or those whose faith hasn't even started yet. It's because of the ministry of people at Bayside Church that stories like Holly's are impacted for the rest of her life.